New day, new drama in South Africa. According to new reports, Romeo Kumalo reveals the real reason for betraying his wife, Basetsana Kumalo. She made me her errand boy. Please do not forget to like this video as you watch. The lives of high-profile couples often come under public scrutiny, and the relationship between Romeo and Basetsana Kumalo was no exception. Admired for their accomplishments and seemingly perfect union, they were viewed as a power couple in South Africa's entertainment and business circles. However, a recent revelation from Romeo Kumalo has shocked many, exposing the true reasons behind the breakdown of their marriage. Romeo, a successful businessman and media figure, and Basetsana, a former Miss South Africa and media mogul, were once seen as the epitome of a successful partnership. Yet, their marriage, which seemed solid on the surface, had underlying struggles that only became public after Romeo's candid statements about their relationship. During an exclusive interview, Romeo shared his perspective on the events that led him to betray his wife, offering a glimpse into the emotional turmoil he endured. "I felt like I was nothing more than an errand boy," Romeo confessed, reflecting on the evolution of their marriage. "I had so much love for her, but somewhere along the way, things changed. It wasn't the love or partnership I once knew. Instead, I found myself constantly fulfilling her needs, without receiving the same care in return." Romeo's remarks have left many questioning what led to such feelings. Some speculate that his sense of emasculation or neglect played a role in the disintegration of their relationship. Others suggest that maintaining a relationship between two ambitious individuals can be difficult, especially when both parties have demanding careers and public lives. At the heart of Romeo's disclosure is a deep sense of frustration and emotional strain. "The person I married became someone I couldn't recognize," he explained. "What started as a balanced partnership slowly turned into me being expected to manage everything, constantly running errands, fixing problems, and catering to her every need. I was no longer a husband in the traditional sense. I became a support system without emotional fulfillment." This statement has prompted many to ask whether Romeo's betrayal stemmed from feelings of being undervalued in the marriage. Was it an emotional need that was left unmet, or did he feel invisible despite their outwardly successful marriage? Romeo's words suggest a sense of emotional neglect and a desperate need for recognition, which he felt was missing from his relationship. "I wasn't feeling seen," Romeo continued. "I was there to support her, to help her achieve her goals, but there was no acknowledgement of my own needs, and I started feeling like I was the only one giving. It wasn't about material things. It was about being appreciated for who I am." Romeo emphasized that his decision to betray Basetsana wasn't driven by a desire for another woman, but by his emotional isolation. He spoke about the increasing disconnect he felt despite the seemingly perfect life they were leading. "It wasn't about finding someone else. It was about filling a void I had in my marriage. I was emotionally alone," he shared. His comments suggest that Romeo's emotional needs, which were ignored in the marriage, eventually led him to seek validation elsewhere. It's clear from his account that his betrayal was a result of feeling unimportant and neglected rather than out of spite or revenge. He explains that the lack of emotional support pushed him to a breaking point. "The connection we once shared was gone," Romeo said. "I was trying to meet her needs, but no one was taking care of mine. I lost myself in the process. I was doing everything for her, but no one was there for me." Romeo's reflections also bring attention to the difficulties that come with balancing two successful careers in a relationship. Both Romeo and Basetsana have achieved great success in their respective fields, and while this is often seen as a strength, it can also create tension in their personal lives. Romeo's words hint that his role as a supportive partner in Basetsana's career overshadowed his own sense of self-worth. For many, Romeo's statements may sound like an excuse for his actions, but he insists that his betrayal was not malicious or vengeful. Instead, it stemmed from an overwhelming sense of emotional neglect. "I wasn't in search of another woman or an affair. I was just trying to find something to fill the emptiness I was feeling at home." Basetsana, on the other hand, has not publicly commented on the details of their marital struggles or Romeo's admission. However, Sources close to the couple suggest that she too was grappling with the pressures of a public life and the demands of her career. As a highly successful businesswoman and media personality, it's possible that Bassett Sena, too, became overwhelmed by her professional commitments, leaving little time or energy to invest in her marriage. I think people need to understand that this is not about blaming one person, Romeo explained. We both faced our own struggles, and we didn't communicate as we should have. We lost sight of what made us a team. Through his revelations, Romeo also aims to highlight the emotional struggles that many men face in relationships, but rarely discuss. There's a stigma around men being vulnerable. We hear a lot about the emotional challenges women face, but not much about what men go through. I was ashamed to admit I was hurting, but by speaking up, I hope to encourage others to understand the complexities of love and commitment. In conclusion, Romeo Kumalo's decision to speak out about his marriage to Bassett Sena shines a light on the emotional difficulties that can often go unnoticed in high-profile relationships. His description of feeling like an errand boy offers insight into how emotional neglect can affect a marriage, leading to feelings of isolation and, ultimately, betrayal. While Romeo's admission may spark controversy, it also serves as a reminder of the importance of emotional connection, communication, and mutual support in any partnership, particularly one under the constant pressure of public scrutiny. Thank you for watching this video. See you on our next video with more amazing contents.